Today on the Cardinal Sports Network, we bring you boys varsity soccer as your Lawrence Cardinals will be taking on the Florence Flashes. Starting in goal for the Cardinals will be Edwin Garcia, and at the other end of the field, it's Matt Conti in goal for the Flashes. Kevin Aparicio will be centering the ball for the Cardinals. There he drops it back, and Cardinals are going to boot that one well up the field. And Felipe Noyola with a shot towards the goal. That was deflected. And right away, Matt Conti has to come out of goal to grab that one before the Cardinals can put it in the net. Good to see the Cardinals aggressive early on. Now, Cardinals recover the ball. And it's Owen Boggs sending it down the field. That was going to be tipped away by the Flashes. It'll be a Cardinal throw-in. There's a throw. Cross, and that was going to be cleared by Flash. Florence clears it again. Lawrence keeps putting it right back in there. And Florence will play it back to Conti, who kicks it out. Lawrence heads it forward. That's going to be out of bounds. Well, referee didn't see it, so play on. Florence crosses the ball all the way over to Conti so that he can clear it for them. Now Lawrence recovers the ball, played it towards middle. Caruso sends it over to Boggs. Boggs crosses it to Silver. Silver tries to push it through, but it's cleared by Florence. Lawrence fires it well inside the 18 there, and Matt Conti's going to come out of the net and grab that one. He'll roll it back over to the defenders. Going to be tipped away by the Cardinals, recovered by Florence. Florence tries to play it up the middle. And Lawrence is going to kick it away. Now Lawrence will play it over to the near side of the field. Sent forward, and Conti rushes out of the net to grab that one before anyone can put it in. Conti will drop kick it. That one goes out to midfield. It's going to be settled by Florence. Florence plays it up the middle. So give and go there. And shot on goal. That one's no problem for Garcia as he stops it, grabs it, and he will roll it out to Maddox Hone. Hone sends it up the near sideline to Felipe Noyola. Noyola getting double teamed and still coming through with the ball. They'll pass it over to Aparicio. That's going to get out ahead, and Conti will clear it. Stopped immediately by the Cardinals. Once more, Florence tries to clear it, and once more, Cardinals come away with the ball. Noyola and Boggs tied up there on the side. They'll drop it back. And Maloney will bring it back up the near sideline. Florence will drop it back to Conti. Conti will send it right back out again. And now Florence trying to work it towards the middle of the field. Back over to the near sideline and almost made it to the sideline. They'll keep it inbounds. Florence drops it back. Now they'll work it over to the far side of the field, see if they have any better luck there. And the answer is no, as the Cardinals come away with the ball. Shot on goal, and that one's going to be stopped by Conti. Conti looking for someone to pass to, trying to direct his team. He'll boot it out. That one goes way past the midfield line. Cardinals, of course, recover the ball. And now Florence with the ball. Cardinals will take that one away. Going to be cleared by Florence. Right to Noyola. Noyola once again getting through the defenders. He'll send it across the field to Silver. Silver with a shot on goal. That was going to go wide. That will bring up a goal kick for Florence. Conti setting up for the kick. Conti sends it out. Headed right back the other direction by the Cardinals. Florence gets a hold of it, and they'll move it over towards the near sideline. They'll now drop it back. That pass gets away, and Florence advances the ball towards the Lawrence goal. Caruso gets there in time. He'll drop it back to Garcia, who clears the ball. Oh, nice steal there by Noyola. That ball's going to roll right to Conti. But it's going to be free kick for Florence. Florence with the kick. And that was going to bounce all the way down to where Garcia can grab it. He'll send it over to Hone. Hone plays it forward to Silver. Silver's going to send it further over to the other side, and the Cardinals will start working the far sideline to try and move the ball forward. Now cross back in Silver. Silver drops it back. Going to play it forward to Boggs. Boggs back to Silver. Silver's going to push it up the far side. Cardinals drop it back and drop it back even further. Caruso sends it across the middle, and Hone is going to look for someone to pass to. He'll send it up the field. And shot on goal as Derek Zajkowski puts it in the net to give the Cardinals a 1-0 lead in the early goings of this game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Well, Florence will be centering the ball to resume play. They'll drop it back and pass it over toward the near side of the field. Now Florence will play it up the line. That was kicked out of bounds. It'll be Lawrence ball. Florence with the throw in. It's going to be turned over to Florence. Florence drops it back. In fact, they'll drop it all the way back to Caruso. Caruso will clear it. Cardinals head it back towards Florence goal. That ball's picked up and run with by the Florence Flashes. Finally, Cardinals take it away. Now Silver with the cross. That was all the way over to Noyola. Noyola tries to play it forward. It's dropped back. And Caruso will have to run out of the net and clear that one before the Cardinals can get a shot off. That ends up heading all the way down to Garcia. Rain really coming down now. Shouldn't affect the game other than traction. And there we see shot on goal is just a little high. No goal. It'll be a goal kick for the Cardinals. Hone setting up for the kick. We don't have to worry about puddles on this turf field, as the turf field really drains well. However, it does get slick in the rain. So players will have to watch their footing. Now Caruso plays the ball over towards the sideline. It's going to be tipped away, but recovered. Now Cardinals moving the ball over to the near side of the field. Maloney sends it forward. And that one's going to go over to Conti. Be cleared by Florence. Florence in the middle of the field with the ball. They'll drop it back. Now playing it over toward the far side of the field. Almost stolen away by Walensky. Good pressure by the Cardinals, and that was going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Florence. It'll be Cardinal ball. Substitutions. We see Sepulveda coming into the game. There's the throw-in. Noyola goes over and drops it back to Silver. Silver plays it over to Boggs. Boggs off to Hone. Hone is going to launch it down the field. And Cardinals can't get there in time. That one goes over the end line. It's going to be a goal kick for Florence. Conti setting up for the kick. Here's the kick. And it's a big kick. Lawrence, however, are able to move the ball the other direction. Taken away by Florence. Florence sends it up the middle. Hone's going to drop it all the way back to Garcia. Now that little cloud burst that we had seems to have subsided. We just got a light drizzle now, but game plays on. Cardinals move the ball over towards the near side of the field. Hone with a kick is stopped by Florence. Hone comes back and kicks it again. This time it's going across the field. Florence is going to drop it back to Conti, who clears it. Now Florence tried to go up the far sideline. That one goes out of bounds. It'll be Cardinal ball. Here's a throw in to Silver. Silver's going to drop it back to Caruso. Caruso up to Sepulveda. And Sepulveda sends it forward to Marandino. Marandino with a cross to Sepulveda. He tries to shoot it over towards the goal. But Conti's going to come out and throw that one up the middle. Now Florence playing it over on the far side of the field. It's going to be tipped away by the Cardinals. Pass inside to Naum. Now Naum trying to get through and shot on goal. That was deflected. And Florence will play it over to the far side of the field. Florence working back in towards the middle of the field. And they'll break through the first line of defense. Cardinals rush back to swarm all over the players, and now across the center. Shot on goal is deflected, and that will be cleared by the Cardinals. Headed right back in by Florence. Florence comes away with the ball. They'll drop it back and now cross it to midfield. Florence pokes it through, and Hone rushes forward to tap that one away. Going to send that one to Noyola. Now it's played back to Sepulveda, who crosses it to the far side of the field. It's going to be crossed back to the near side of the field. And Maloney with a cross. No one able to get to that one in time. Well, I take that back. It looks like Silver kept that one in bounds. That's going to be over the end line. Last touch by the Cardinals. Goal kick for Florence. Looks like the referees are going to hold things up for a moment for substitutions. There's the all-clear whistle. And the kick. Wow, that one kicked right out of bounds by Florence. It's going to be Cardinals throw in. Arandino with the throw. Cardinals drop it back. Now Maloney plays it forward, past Silver. And there's going to be a call on that one. It's going to be turned over to Florence. I believe that was an offsides call. See some of the fans taking shelter in the dugout as it's still raining here. Cardinals play it back towards the Florence goal. It's going to be turned over and recovered. Now Florence takes it away. Now play it over towards the middle of the field. It's going to be tipped away by Lawrence. Now Silver with the ball. Silver's pass is headed back by Florence, but Silver boots it up in the air. And Florence settles it. Florence with a pass up the sideline. Going to be taken away by the Cardinals, but recovered by Florence and taken back by Lawrence. That kick goes all the way down to Matt Conti. Conti rolls the ball out. And good play there by Florence to get through a couple of the Lawrence players. Not so good that time as it goes right to one of the Lawrence players. And now it's Lawrence back on the attack. Ball's pushed down into the far corner. There's a cross. That was going to be kicked over the end line by Florence. That should bring up a corner kick for the Cardinals. Cardinals setting up for the corner kick. Here's the kick. And that was going to be headed in by the Cardinals for another goal. Jackson Caruso puts it in the back of the net to give the Cardinals a 2-0 lead in this game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
For those of you just tuning in, your Lawrence Cardinals are leading 2-0 over the Florence Flashes in boys varsity soccer. Florence puts the ball back into play. They'll drop it back and now move it over toward the near side of the field. Pass up the near sideline and back in toward the middle. Now it's turned over to the Cardinals. Josh Temple trying to get it through the defense. That's going to be taken away. Cardinals quickly recover. Now it's Cardinals in the near corner with the ball. Break free of the defender. Pass inside is picked off by Florence. Cardinals recover the ball. Now Silver showing off some fancy footwork there, and he'll drill one in towards the goal, but easy pickings for Matt Conti. Conti throws that over towards the far sideline. And now it's Florence advancing on the far sideline. There's pass forward, gets it down towards the far corner, but it's going to be taken away by Lawrence. Recovered, and back and forth it goes. Lawrence with the ball. Pass is picked off, and Florence looking for a way back in towards that Lawrence goal. Now it's Lawrence trying to work it out of the danger zone, and there he goes. Pass down towards the corner is picked off, played back to Conti, and Conti tries to clear it, sent right back in by the Cardinals. Florence manages to get the ball out of the area, but Cardinals right there to bring it back again. Pass out in front of the net, and diving save there by Conti. As Cardinals were getting dangerously close to scoring their third goal of the game. Referee checking to make sure that everyone's okay after that encounter. Now Conti with the kick, and it's a short kick over towards the far sideline. Now Florence moves it over towards the middle of the field. Pass to the near side. That one's popped up in the air, and now it's rolling back to Garcia. Garcia plays it off to the far corner. Now Cardinals on the sideline with the ball. They'll drop it back and clear it. Maloney rushes over to pick it up. Now he'll send it forward. Trifumchuk tried to get there in time, just couldn't do it. Now Florence with the ball. Florence will send it up the middle. Now they'll drop it back. Pass over towards the near side of the field is rejected by the Cardinals as well. Trifumchuk trying to break free of the defense there. He's got a little help coming in from Sepulveda. And the ball's going to roll right back to Matt Conti. Conti plays it over towards the far side of the field. Florence keeps it in bounds. Now pass up the sideline is picked off by the Cardinals. This time cleared by Florence. And that's going to roll out of bounds. I believe the last touch may have been by the Cardinals on that one. Mass substitutions taking place. And now Florence getting ready for the throw-in. There it is. Florence settles the ball. Picked off by the Cardinals. Cardinals trying to advance it down the field. That's a good passing action by the Cardinals. They'll drop it back. Now played over towards the near side of the field. Trefemchuk in the near corner with the ball. Here's the cross. And shot on goal. That one is rejected by Conti. Cardinal throw in. More substitutions taking place. Sepulveda heading over to do the throw in. There's the throw. Popped up in the air. Into the far corner. Florence with possession, and they'll try to clear it. That's blocked by Aparicio. Now Cardinals back on the attack. Pass inside, shot on goal. And Jackson Caruso gets his second goal of the game to give the Cardinals a 3-0 lead here in this varsity boys soccer game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Your Lawrence Cardinals now leading 3-0 over the Florence Flashes. Florence puts the ball back into play. They'll play it over towards the far side of the field. Now moving it up the far sideline. That pass gets out a little too far ahead, and it's going to be out of bounds on Florence. Cardinal throw in. There's a throw. Cardinals will kick it down the field. And now they'll get the ball back. Pass it forward. And that looks like an offsides call. Starting to get a little more rain here at the Cardinal field. Hasn't slowed the Cardinals down any today. They're on a real good game so far. Florence setting up for the kick. There's a free kick. Cardinals get it right away. Bring it back to where they just lost it. It's going to be cleared by Florence. That ball's dropped back, and Hone will boot it up the field. Trefemchuk on the near side with the ball. Gets past one defender. Tunes and shoots, and that one's going to be wide of goal. Conti setting up for the goal kick. Waiting for the go-ahead from the referee. And it'll be a short kick to the near side of the field. Pass is picked off by the Cardinals. Cardinals working the near side of the field. They'll drop it back. And that pass goes right to Florence. Lawrence recovers the ball. That's going to be turned over to Florence, who clear the ball. Cardinals take it away. They'll drop it back. Pass over to the far side of the field. And that forward pass was rejected by the Cardinals, but quickly recovered. Now Cardinals on the attack. That pass just a little too far out front. Cardinals recover. Across the center. Shot on goal. And that was an easy stop for Conti. Conti boots it out. That one's going to get some legs to it as it Gets through several defenders. Florence out in front of the goal looking for a way through. That play is going to be broken up by the Cardinals. Florence recovers the ball. Now turning it over to the Cardinals. Cardinals are going to play it back to Garcia. Garcia over to Hone. Hone plays it forward on the far sideline. Now Lawrence trying to cross the ball towards center. That one's brought down by Noyola. Sent forward and giving chase is Patrick Maloney. He'll get there in time for the cross. Diving save there by Conti. Not letting Lawrence have the opportunity to put that one in for a fourth goal. Conti throws the ball forward. Lawrence returns it. Now pass to center. And another one right in there for Conti. Conti looking for someone to pass to. Decides instead to just boot it out. Cardinals play it back. And Garcia had to run all the way out to the edge of the 18 to boot that one out. Now Cardinals looking for a way through. Oh, almost a breakaway there. Florence recovers. Cardinals take it away. They'll play it back. And now over towards the far side of the field. Cardinals keep it in bounds. Cross is blocked by Florence. Now it's Florence trying to send the ball out, but picked off immediately by the Cardinals. Cardinals move the action over to the near side of the field. Noyola under heavy pressure. He goes down but gets the pass off. It's going to be cleared by Florence. Hone sends it over to the other side of the field. Pass into center. Now Cardinals will drop it back again, and Hone plays it down the far sideline. Cards drop it back once more. And moving it over towards the near side of the field. That was played forward by Schubert. And Florence will play it all the way back to Conti. Conti kicks it right back out, first touch. Nice wall pass there by Florence, and they will launch the ball down towards the Lawrence goal. Garcia comes out and grabs that one. Might have been a little bit of contact there with the Florence player. We'll take a quick break.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Well, it looks like Freddie Canis will be coming into the game to take over the goaltending duties for the Cardinals. Canis a fine goalie in his own right. Canis is going to roll the ball over to Hone. Hone plays it over to the far side of the field. That one's picked off by Florence. Cardinals right there to stop any kind of play and take the ball away. Turned over to Florence. Now Florence on the attack. They'll pass it out to the far sideline. Here's the cross, and Freddie Canis gets his hands on the ball for his first stop of the game. Canis taking his time here, waiting for the Cards to set up. He'll boot that one out. A little more altitude than distance. And it's going to be settled by Florence. Florence sends it over towards the near sideline. Now Florence working back towards the middle. Pass to center. And Florence doing a good job maintaining control of the ball here. Just turned over to the Cardinals, and Cardinals are happy to take advantage of that. Silver working up the middle with it. He'll pass it over to the far side of the field. That pass is picked off by Florence, but quickly recovered by the Cardinals. Now headed away by Florence, and Cardinals will settle the ball, move it over towards the near side of the field. Pass inside is stopped by Florence. And now Florence will clear the ball. Florence advancing up the middle towards the Lawrence goal. That ball's going to be tipped away. And Cardinals will bring it up the middle. Now working over towards the near side of the field. That ball's going to be taken away by Florence. Florence with a kick up the middle. Doesn't get very far, and now Cards tip it away. It's recovered by Florence. Now Cardinals with the ball. They'll move it over towards the near sideline where it's picked off by Florence. Kept in bounds there. Looked like it was going to go across the sideline, but they kept it in bounds. Now Lawrence with the ball. Loyola passes it into Silver. Silver drops it back to Hone. Hone back up to Silver. And now the Cardinals take it over toward the far side of the field. That pass gets a little too far out in front. And now Conti boots it out. Out of bounds, in fact. That'll be Cardinal throw in. Cardinals with the throw. Here's a pass to center. That one works all the way over towards the near side of the field. Pass back in towards center is picked off by Florence. No one challenging. Florence with the kick. And Florence is going to take it down into the near corner. Here's across to center. That ball's going to be tipped away by Lawrence. Now it's the Cardinals working up the far side. That's turned around by Florence. And Hone's going to boot that one out of bounds just to stop the drive. It'll be a throw in for Florence. Florence with the throw in is headed right back the other direction by the Cardinals. Now Cardinals advance it up the middle of the field. No one there, and Florence will play it back to Conti. Conti sends it over to the far side of the field. That one gets away, and Silver takes it. Silver passes it up, and that one's going to head right back up to Conti. Conti boots it out. Turned around by the Cardinals. Now Cardinals pass it over towards the far corner. And that shot goes right into the waiting arms of Conti. Less than 3 minutes left in this first half. Cardinals still leading by 3. Florence is going to play it back. And now big kick up the near side of the field. Hone gets a hold of it. Now big kick up in the middle by Hone. It's headed towards the near sideline. Cardinals keep it in bounds. That's going to be tipped away by Florence. Lawrence recovers. Marandino with the ball. Dangerously close to the out-of-bounds line, but Florence retains possession. That kick is rejected by the Cardinals. Now, Florence with a shot towards the goal is deflected up in the air. And Freddie Canis gets to hold on to the ball once more. He'll roll it over to the side. Maddox Hone bringing it forward. He doubles back and sends it back to Canis. Canis plays it over towards the near side of the field where Schubert's waiting. Schubert sends it forward, but it's picked off by Florence, who also play it back. Now kick up the middle. And Silver boots it out. So it'll be settled by Ramirez. Cardinals poke it through. And Noyola running for it. That one's going to be kicked out of bounds by Florence for a Lawrence throw-in with less than a minute left on the clock in this first half. Noyola with the throw. There's a cross. That one went over the end line before Conti grabbed it. So goal kick for Florence. That's headed over towards the far side of the field. Now Lawrence will play it back. Big kick up towards the middle of the field. It's going to bounce in towards the 18. It's cleared by Florence. Another big kick by Florence. And Florence is going to push that one through. Hone moves it over to Schubert. Schubert sends it forward. And there's the end of the first half. So after one half of play, it's your Lawrence Cardinals leading 3-0 over the Florence Flashes here at the Cardinal Fields. We'll break for our halftime, and hopefully we can get the weather fixed and get some dry conditions for the second half of this game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Welcome to the second half of this exciting boys varsity soccer game. For those of you just tuning in, Lawrence is currently leading over the Florence Flashes with a score of 3-0. Derek Jadkowski was the first Cardinal to score a goal in the game, followed by 2 goals by Jackson Caruso to give them the 3-0 lead. Now we see Florence dropping the ball back. Cardinals will pick it up. And Cardinals move it over to center and over towards the near side of the field. That pass is picked off by Florence. Florence plays it in towards the middle. Up the middle it goes. And that's going to be stopped by the Cardinals. Cardinals play it back over towards the near side of the field. Sepulveda sends it up the line. And that's going to be a tripping call. I believe it was just outside the 18, so it will be a free kick for the Cardinals, but not a penalty kick. We've got Sepulveda and Hone over there. Cardinals have had a habit this year of doing little trick plays on free kicks where they will shield it to someone else. This time, right in towards the goal, and into the goal it goes as the Cardinals will get their 4th goal of the game. This time it's Jason Romero Silver who heads it into the net to give the Cardinals a 4-0 lead over the Florence Flashes.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Well, the Cardinals dominated the first half of this game, and it looks like they're ready to do it again in the second half. Conditions are a little drier finally as the rain seemed to have slacked off. Cardinals will drop the ball back. Hone sends it over towards the far sideline. And that's kicked up the sideline. That's going to be stopped and turned around by Florence. Florence working the passing game. Lawrence right there to break it up. But Florence prevails. Now Florence on the drive. And that's going to be taken away by the Cardinals. Good effort there. And Noyola dribbling through the field as he passes it. Silver now sends it over to the far side of the field. Pass inside. That one's popped up in the air, and it's going to go over the end line. I believe that's going to be a goal kick for the Flashes. Conti retrieving the ball. Not even a goal kick. This one's going to be an offsides call. They'll get the penalty or the free kick. There's the kick by Conti. It's brought down by Florence, but Lawrence gets the ball away from them very quickly. Now Lawrence on the far side of the field. Got a little bit more of that mist falling. Cardinals drop it way back. In fact, they'll send it all the way back to Canis. Canis passes it over to Hone. Hone sends it forward. Now Silver on the near side. He'll pass it through. Noyola giving chase. It's going to be taken away and kicked the other direction by Florence. Lawrence takes the ball away now. Lawrence on the drive. That one's going to be cleared by Florence. It's going to head over across the sideline and out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Lawrence. Looks like Trofimchuk will be taking the throw-in. Sepulveda heads out of the game. Naum sends it up the sideline. That was going to roll out of bounds and turn it over to Florence. That's going to be out of bounds on Lawrence. Florence throw in. Now Florence trying to work it up the far side of the field. Heavy pressure there from Lawrence. Florence recovers the ball. Taken away by Lawrence. And Lawrence will cross the ball to the near side of the field. That one, almost got away. Walensky kept it in bounds. Florence gets a hold of it, rifles it over towards the Lawrence goal. And Freddie Canis all over that one, trying to get it away from Florence. Florence gets the shot off, but it's out of bounds off the side of the goal. Good play by Canis to keep that one out of the net. Looks like it's going to be a corner kick for Florence. Team's setting up for the corner kick. There's the kick. And it's going to be cleared out of bounds by Lawrence. The Florence ball. It's be another corner kick for Florence. Here's a kick. That was popped up in the air. Florence settles it. Lawrence breaks up the play. Florence recovers the ball. Big kick by Florence. Sends it down toward the corner. Now Florence once again working up the middle. Lawrence will force them wide. And the cross is blocked by Lawrence. Florence recovers the ball. Now Florence drops it back, and Lawrence will steal the ball. Lawrence passes it up the middle. Florence returns it. And now Lawrence with the ball once more. Lawrence drops it back, but Florence gets to it first. The Lawrence defense doing a wonderful job bottling up Florence in the corner, taking the ball away, and now Silver fires it up the middle. That one is stopped by Florence. Florence plays it back the other direction. Signs of life out of this Florence team now as they're heading in once more towards the goal. It's taken away by Lawrence. Florence takes it back, but an errant pass goes right to Lawrence. Boggs fires it over to the far side of the field. Now Silver looking for, Silver had an opportunity there, but great play by Conti to get out there and kick that one away before Silver can put it in. It's going to be a throw-in for Lawrence. There's the throw. Lawrence drops it back a little bit. Now back into the middle. Silver with the ball. He'll pass it over to the near side of the field, where Naum pushes it through. Silver takes it over the corner. Here's the cross. Shot on goal. Oh, and that one is deflected out of bounds. I believe that was last touched by Florence. That should give Lawrence a corner kick. Rain falling a little harder here again once more. Another one of those short kick plays by Lawrence. Florence was about ready for it, though. That was going to go out of bounds. Once more, another corner kick for Lawrence, this time from the other side of the field. Cardinals setting up for the corner kick. Here's the kick. Falls a little short. Cardinals come up with it. Shot towards the goal. That one's going to be just a little bit high. That'll bring up a goal kick for the Florence Flashes. Florence boots it out. It's going to, trip there. Yep, the referee saw it too. It's going to be free kick for Lawrence. Hone with the kick. And that one's popped right into the waiting arms of Conti. Conti boots it out. Maloney settles it. Back to Caruso. And Caruso is going to give it to Canis. Canis kicks it out. Now boots it up the field. That was going to be kicked out of bounds by Florence. It'll be Cardinals ball. Walensky with the throw in. It's going to be turned over to Florence. Now Florence sends it up the middle. Working it back over to the near side of the field. It's tipped away by the Cardinals, but Florence recovers the ball. Florence doing better with the passing game this second half. They'll drop it back. Send it over near the sideline. Pass up the line, headed into the corner. Cardinals get to it first. And Walensky shields the ball as it rolls out of bounds for a Cardinal goal kick. Hone setting up for the kick. Hone sends it over near our camera position. Now I'm streaking towards the goal with the ball. He'll cut in towards the middle. Pass inside. Shot on goal. And that one's going to be stopped by Conti. That was Kevin Apprecio who ripped that one in there. So we see all the Cardinals hungry to get their name on the scoreboard today. Conti rolls that one over towards the far side of the field. And Florence kicks it up the field, now in towards the middle where it's taken away by the Cardinals. Cardinals drop it back and send it right back up the middle. Now over to the near side of the field. Walensky coming in from the corner. He's backed up by Apprecio. And that call goes against the Cardinals. Florence puts the ball back into play. They'll kick it over towards the far side of the field. Maloney giving chase. He'll turn it around and pass it up the sideline. It's turned over to Florence. Florence prevails, now moving in towards the Lawrence goal. Shot on goal. That one's high and wide. That'll bring up a goal kick for the Cardinals. Freddie Canis running over to fetch the ball, but it looks like he's going to have Maddox Hone do the goal kick once more. Hone waiting for the go-ahead signal from the referee. Here's the kick, and it's a good one. It's headed right back the other direction, however. And Cardinals will drop it all the way back. Now, kick up the middle. That was popped up in the air. And Cardinals will take the ball away. Silver passes it over to the other side of the field. Caruso sends it over further. And I think we got an offsides call against the Cardinals. Florence doesn't waste any time putting that one back into play. Now pass it up the middle. Good give and go there. Silver breaks up the play, but Florence recovers the ball. That attempt at a shot is blocked by the Cardinals. Florence recovers the ball. They'll drop it back and try and reset. Now moving over to the middle of the field. And that's going to be taken away by the Cardinals. That one sent well up the field. Trofimchuk giving chase. He gets a hold of it. Looking for some help. He'll move it into Caruso. Caruso, well, Goes through a few different players. Shot on goal is going to go just wide of goal. That'll bring up a goal kick for Florence. Conti boots it out. Passed over to the far sideline. That's going to go out of bounds and turn it back over to the Cardinals for a throw-in. Garcia with the throw-in. That's going to be turned over to Florence. Cardinals recover the ball. Now pass up the far sideline. And it's the Cardinals on the move. Cardinals now working in towards that goal once more, but it's going to be cleared by Florence. Cardinals get to it first. Walensky plays it down into the corner, where Naum tries to work his way back towards the middle. Now I'm looking for an opportunity. Puts it up towards the corner. Oh, very close. Very close. Nice play there by Naum. Going for that upper far corner of the goal. But that misses, so it'll bring up another goal kick for Florence. Conti once more setting up for the kick. Conti waiting for the go-ahead from the referee. There it is. And here's the kick. That's headed the other direction by Lawrence. Florence will settle it. Cross it to midfield and send it up the middle. Florence launches it down into the Lawrence 18, where Canis comes out and grabs it. Canis rolls it over to Hone. Hone kicks it up the middle. And Josh Temple in the game there sent it forward. It's going to be cleared by Conti. And once more we see Florence on the move heading towards that Lawrence goal. Hone breaks up the play. That was going to be cleared. Temple settles the ball. He'll pass it through to Gutierrez. Gutierrez moving it over to Caruso. That goes forward to Gutierrez. Cardinals moving the ball around quite a bit at that far end, and it's finally cleared across the sideline by Florence. It'll be Lawrence ball. Garcia looks like he'll be doing the throw-in. There's a throw from Garcia. Back to Silver. Silver pops it over towards the middle. And Temple tried to turn and shoot, but it goes up in the air, out of bounds. It will be another goal kick for Florence. Matt Conti setting up once more for the kick. There's the kick from Conti. Settled by Lawrence. That'll be out of bounds on Lawrence. It'll be a throw-in for Florence. There's the throw-in. And Lawrence comes up with the ball. It's going to be taken away by Florence. Now Cardinals with the ball. Hone plays it through to the near side where Temple is overwhelmed. That one goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Florence. Cardinals drop it back. Travis Schubert with a big foot there. That was going to be taken away by Florence. Florence drops it back. Now working the ball, trying to find a way through that Cardinal defense. And doing good progress. Shot on goal. That one's just wide of goal. Canis was getting ready to snag it, realized it was not going to go in the goal, and let it go out of bounds for our Cardinal goal kick. Well, it looks like Freddie Canis is going to do the kick for this one. Canis rolls it over to Hone. And Hone blasts it up the far side of the field. Popped up in the air. Cardinals settle it, and it's Cardinals on a breakaway. Gutierrez gets forced over into the corner, still controlling the ball. Cardinals still tied up in the corner, trying to dribble through, and they get through it. It's kicked over the end line by Florence. Interesting move there, but that's going to set up a corner kick for the Cardinals. Another scoring opportunity for the Cardinals here. Sepulveda setting up for the corner kick. There's the kick. Nice positioning. That one's headed up in the air and away. Hone fires that one in and almost got through there. Conti rushes over and grabs it. Now Conti boots it out. And that ball will be settled by Florence. Florence will drop it back and move it over to center where, well, it's back with Florence now. Florence plays it over to the far side of the field. That pass is stopped by the Cardinals. It's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Cardinals for a Florence throw-in. There's the throw. Now Florence trying to move that ball towards the Lawrence goal. Florence will pass it over towards the near side of the field. Cardinals got a hold of it. Out of bounds. I believe that was last touched by Florence. Should be a throw in for Lawrence. Marandino ready for the throw in once he gets the go ahead from the referee. There's the throw. That was going to be out of bounds on Lawrence. It'll be Florence with the throw in. Florence drops the ball back and back even further. They'll cross it to midfield and drop that one all the way back to Conti. Conti kicks it out. Pass to the center. And pass up the middle. That one's going to be taken away by the Cardinals. Cardinals move the action over to the far side of the field. That one's booted down towards the corner, but no one there. It's going to roll across the end line for another goal kick for Florence. Conti taps the ball over to the defender. And that one's passed right up the middle. Ball's turned over to the Cardinals. And back to Florence. Florence pushes the ball through. Looking for the cross. Wasted too much time, and the Cardinals get there to break up the play. Shot on goal is very high. That will bring up a goal kick for the Cardinals. Maddox Own, as he has done so many times before, setting up for the goal kick. Own with the kick. That was brought down by Temple. Temple sends it forward. And streaking in there, Ramirez sends one over towards the goal. Picked up by Conti. Now it's Florence trying to get the ball away from their goal area. Florence sends the ball forward on the far side of the field. Now back to center. Pace of the game seems to have slowed down just a little bit. Now Florence moving the ball over toward the far side of the field. They'll send it down into the corner. And that was going to be cleared by the Cardinals. Cardinals gather up the ball. They'll send it over toward that far corner. Cardinals drop it back. And drop it back even further. Now Cardinals advancing towards the goal. Here's a cross. That was tipped away. Cardinals recover. This time it's Florence with the ball. Florence turns it back over to Lawrence. Pass to center. Tipped away by Florence, and Florence will clear it. Lawrence settles it, moves it over to the far side of the field. There's a pass up the line. Now Cardinals moving it over towards center inside the goal area, and Conti rushes out to grab that one before the Cardinals can set up another goal. Cardinals recover the ball. That pass not to anyone, and it's going to be cleared by Florence. Cardinals once more send it forward. Once more rebuffed by the defense. Ball rolls out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Florence. There's the throw. Florence settles the ball and pass to center. Florence will drop the ball all the way back to Conti. Conti rolls it forward and right back to Conti again. Now Conti launches the ball up the field. Cardinals return the favor, send it the other direction. Now pass up the middle. And that one looks like it's going to roll out of bounds before Cardinals can get to it. That'll bring up a goal kick for Florence. Conti rolls it over to the defender. Now Florence bringing it forward. They'll send it over towards the far sideline. And move it back in towards the middle. Big kick down towards that far corner. Cardinals there to kick it out of bounds and break up the play. It'll be a throw in for Florence. There's a throw in. Kicked away right away by Cardinals. This time the throw in is kicked the other direction by Florence. Taken away by Cardinals. Cardinals send it up the middle. It's stopped by Florence. Cardinals recover the ball. Cardinals will work it over towards the far side of the field. Now, Cardinals will cross from the corner. That one gets past Conti, but it's going to be popped up in the air. Cardinals settle the ball. Another cross. And Florence is going to kick that one out of bounds. Throw in for Lawrence. Marandino setting up for the throw. There's the throw. Miscommunication there is going to turn it over to Florence, but recovered by Lawrence. Shot on goal, and it's a goal by Platon Trofimchuk to give the Cardinals a 5-0 lead against the Florence Flashes.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Just about 5 minutes left in this game. You're watching boys varsity soccer here on LTPS TV. Florence Flashes drop the ball way back. Now they'll send it over toward the far side of the field. And Cardinals will shield it as it rolls out of bounds for a throw-in. Kicked out of bounds by Florence. It'll be a Lawrence ball. There's a throw-in. Drop back to Schubert. Schubert crosses it over. Cardinals will move the ball to the near side of the field. And Josh Temple's going to send that one down into the corner. Drop back. Across the center and shot in towards the goal, but that one's going to be easy pickings for Conti. Conti rolls it out to one of the defenders. Puts it back to Conti, and Conti kicks it out. Florence looking for a way to get it away from their goal. Finally, a big kick over to center. Florence having a little trouble advancing. Cardinals are all over them. Florence will drop it back. And Florence manages to dribble through a couple of defenders by the Cardinals. Now he'll pass the ball off, drop it back and move it over towards center. Shot on goal. That one's headed away by the Cardinals. It's going to roll across the sideline. I'm not sure who touched that one last. Looks like it's going to be a Cardinal throw-in. There's the throw. It's going to be settled down and kicked the other direction by Florence. Cardinals come away with it. Pass over to center is picked up by Florence. Florence will drop it back and pass forward. Now over towards the near sideline. Pass up the sideline is going to roll out of bounds. Cardinal ball. There's the throw in. That's going to be Florence ball. They'll drop it back. Big kick right into Cardinal country, and Cardinals come up with the ball. Cardinals launch it the other direction, and now it's the Cardinals on the attack. Pass over to the near corner. 2-on-1, they'll take it away. Shot on goal by the Cardinals goes a little wide as Ramirez fires one in there. Conti taps it over to the defender, who launches the ball. Settled by the Cardinals. And now it's the Cardinals working the far sideline. That ball's going to be taken away. Kicked over the end line by the Cardinals. It'll be a goal kick for Florence. Less than a minute left on the clock as Conti sets up for another goal kick. Conti rolls it out in front of his own goal. Defender clears it before Lawrence can get there. And Lawrence is going to take that ball away. Shot on goal. Conti with the stop. Conti kicks it out. Cardinals get to it first, but it's turned over to Florence. Florence with a big kick, but it's going to be to no avail as clock counts down to 0 for the end of the game. So the Cardinals are victorious over the Florence Flashes with a score of 5-0. Thank you to Vince Melendrez for working camera for this event, and thank you all for tuning in to watch. Be sure to tune in again next time for more exciting Cardinal sports action on LTPS TV.